Okay, I'm going to bring you another word. Look how nice and clean it looks before I scribble all over it. This one is secret because we're talking about the secret word. In the center, this is simple gematria. In the center, we have the 22. Very similar to the kind of a church idea, or the lowest slave, the ham or the car, having to do with 22. Almost like that this is going to lift up the lowest slave, the secret will. Okay, on this side we have a 24, Ra and the star. On this side we have an ET, an extraterrestrial that calls home, but it's it equals 25, which is pi, because pi is a 16 and a 9. Another version of the 16-9. Going the other way anyway, this equals 25, which further roots to 7. Okay, if we add the outer valence field, then we have this number 49, which is 7 times 7, and this is the divergent 7 sign, the divergent spirals of Isis, the different choices you can make in the dome, but it's also a code for what you see when you tip up the chalice. They say the secret is in the chalice, in the Holy Grail, and if you drink the last drop out of the Holy Grail, what you will see. If you tip up the chalice, you see the golden, gold is 22, AU. If you see the golden inner reflective surface of the dome, and if you look at it, you will see there are divergent spiral reflections, especially if you look at it. Oh, I can't draw the inside of a chalice here. You have to imagine it. If the chalice has a mirrored surface in there, and if you look at it, the mirrored surface is going to be something like this. So I just wanted to point that out. And then depending on how far away you are from it, it's going to shift. The mirror is going to shift. It'll pop up and down, and that's why all of these words and everything should be taken in a mirror this way, as well as left and right. But this way, this simple version of this has to do with the choices that you make. And most of the time that I find this number, it is encoded in a word that mirrors these choices that you make. And we see that the Illuminati, they have a humiliation ceremony that they do. And usually this number has, this divergent 7 is present. This number was present in the Philadelphia train wreck. We had the train. I'm going to draw it in the Egyptian hieroglyph form. We had the train. This is a hieroglyph from pharaonic, the names of pharaohs, and it's also the Philadelphia train. But on the train they had 106 on this corner and 106 on this corner, except for it was written correctly. But I just wrote it that way in mirror to show you that's what they were doing. I think I've done a decode on the word Amtrak and train. All right, if we add all this together, this is an 11 and this is a 7, and this is a backward 17, and the forward 17 is a Q, which is another reference to pi. So you can almost see that there's a geometry in this word. There's a geometry left to right. There's a geometry center to the outer center. Sorry, I'm going to cough. If you think of this like a from the apple, an apple is another very important word. I was watching Fringe. Somebody, I did the Fringe video and I hadn't been watching it, and then I watched it because somebody said, "Oh, you should watch it." And it's a little bit too scary for me. I'm kind of too sensitive for that much scariness. But they have a symbol in there where they have fetuses here inside the apple, and it reminds me of Paris. If you haven't seen my video on Paris and the womb of Isis, please go there and you will tolerate more of my strangeness, because I find crazy stuff like that. Okay, this is pi, and it's in this form, H and I. 8 and 9 equals 17. This is also Hawaii, the 50th state, the state where Hawaii, where Obama was supposedly born. He was really born in Kenya, which lines up to a 244 meridian from the Earth, according to Casey at Under the Stars. Pretty amazing how it all ties in. But this is a backward cue. Now, just really quick, just to please go back and see this, because this is I think one of my most important things that I figured out recently, was that the Freemasons know this, and it took me a while to figure it out, and it was alluded to in the book Pi in the Alphabet, but it wasn't laid out flat. I had to put the pieces together. That Phi is I'm coming to believe is their destiny. But look what's missing here, and look what's missing between the 16 and the 18. The 17 is missing, and this is pi, which means that pi has the ability to interrupt phi, which is destiny. And we notice that this makes a little more sense, because phi determines the structure of, say, how leaves are grown. We see that angle shown in the video that I showed about the Kolel rule. You are the one, you are the extra one of the Kolel rule, and you are the one who can insert phi into the creation. Like, this is creation, the way that it's laid out. This is the perfect, say, the perfect natural fractal tree. Pi interrupts this. It has the ability to interrupt this. So this is almost like a religious kind of a rule for them, or a spiritual rule. Now, this is pi backward. Well, if you look at my 4 and 20 Blackbirds Baked in a Pie series, I think there's only 3 in that series yet. I haven't made a playlist yet. If you look at that, the idea of that is that it goes backwards. It looks like, if you're looking, there's placement code that refers to real and actual events in time, and probably these are constructed events, but they could be naturally arising. Who knows? I wasn't there. But what I mean, the reason why this is backwards is because it looks like, if you take, say you take you look up, I'll try to put it, oh no, I don't know if I'll remember. Say you find a piece of the long, like 2,000 digits of pi, and you print it out. At the 2000th digit past the decimal point of 3.14, you go all the way out 2000. That's the past, and it ticks down to the present. Now, if you watch my most recent 4 and 20 Blackbirds Baked in a Pie video, I do talk about these last numbers here, and they are all numbers that we are all thinking about. So it's seems to be a very real deal. And this is the secret, is the counting backward of pi. There's more in here, and I didn't even use this gematria on this word yet, and I would like to, because it's an important word. All right, well, okay, this is sort of a short video. I kind of did it. All right, well, I hope you're having a good day, and I'll bring you some more stuff here shortly. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.